Hello and welcome to Dan Cooking, the only show on YouTube where you learn to cook like a Dan. I'm Dan, and today we're making a Thanksgiving feast. Today's special guest is no one. And that's just fine. You will need tofurkey, asparagus, butter, milk, salt, mashed potatoes, cider, sugar, asparagus, spices, pears, and bread. Bread! Let's start with the tofurkey, which I'm told tastes just like real food. Step 1, read the instructions. It comes in a box. Step 1, preheat your oven to 350 degrees, or 101 degrees less than book burning. First, we're gonna take the tofurkey out of the box. To be real honest, that's not what I thought that was gonna look like. It looks like cookie dough. Yum. It also squirts out the top. It helps if you have a floral dish, just to man it up a little bit. Now it's time to add the asparagus, which means break out the can opener. Remember to can open at eye level. Eye level. It also allows you to get a good whiff of the tofurkey, which I'm telling you, is something to smell. Ugh. If you get disgusting smelling asparagus goo all over your arm when you're opening the can, just try and remember you probably didn't smell that good to begin with. So it's not that big of a loss. They give you some measurements for how much vegetables you're supposed to add, but just really pour the stuff all over. The best thing about cooking alone is you can use your hands. Isn't that right, Nick? Next we're gonna add 2 cups of apple cider. If you measure it out though, you're officially a baby. And if you're a baby, you probably shouldn't be watching this. Now we're gonna add the spices. Lots of spices. Like so many spices. Like all the spices. More spices! And that looks like something I would put in my mouth and enjoy it. But first you gotta cook it. So we're gonna cover it up with some aluminum foil, and we're gonna stick it in the oven for an hour and a half. Ooh, that's a good sound. Look, even my oven mitt is getting in on the Thanksgiving fun. Pilgrims. Now an hour and a half is a pretty long time to wait for your tofurkey to cook. Luckily, since this is a professional cooking show, we've got lots of other things to kill the time. Namely, potatoes in a box. Put a 1.25 cups of water, and as much butter as you can fit on a single spoon, into a saucepan. Then, bring to a boil. Once it's boiling, for some reason or another, you're supposed to remove it from the heat and add a 1/2 cup of milk. Doesn't make any sense to me either. Next we add the packet of potato stuff and stir it all up. Only the freshest potatoes come in powder form. That's how you know it's genuine. And there you have it. Fresh whipped homemade mashed potatoes made from scratch from the box. Believe it or not, making those mashed potatoes killed a whole 6 minutes, but we still got an hour and 24 minutes left before the tofurkey's done. So what else can we do? How about we make a pie the Dan way? What do you think of that, Nick? Oh. I miss him. When people taste my world-famous Dan Resler pie for one, they always ask how I could come up with such a recipe. But it's really quite simple. I'm a genius. It all begins with a piece of ordinary bread. Then, you just spoon some pears on it, or any other fruit you want. I happen to have pears. Then, sugar. More sugar. More sugar. Fold. Then you pop that baby in the microwave for a minute. When it comes out, it'll be hot, sweet, and ready to eat. Bon appetit. Ugh. Just like Grandma used to make. Who says you can't have your desserts before your meal? I do. Stop eating that. Put it aside. Eat it after. Eat your real stuff first. Why don't you ever eat your vegetables? Sit down. Be nice. Use your napkin. Well, it turns out we finished cooking everything else an hour before the tofurkey's done. So to kill some time, how about we say everything we're thankful for this Thanksgiving? Me, personally, I'm thankful for all my friends and family who could be with me here today. Why don't they let? How the time flies. Let's take it out of the oven. Now. Ooh, and that smells just like, Well, I think we can all agree it smells just like. Let me tell you, it's really hard for me not to just shove my face all over that right now, but unfortunately it's like 1,000,000 degrees. Don't forget to microwave the gravy. It's brown. Personally, I enjoy the fact that it has a fissure and it jiggles. All right, let's go ahead and pour the gravy right on top. Oh yeah, that's looking real appetizing. Real good. Real good. Stick it right in your mouth. Good. That's how good this good is. Okay, who wants to cut the first slice? Oh, I bet it's gonna be me. Alright, I'll do the honors. Just give it a nice little cut there. And there we see the inside full of rice. That's a nice little surprise. Good. And there you have it. Absolutely everything you could want out of a Thanksgiving meal, the Dan way. In the end, this is what Thanksgiving is really all about. Sitting alone at your counter, eating fake meat.
My father owned a donut. He did. And I love that donut more than anything.
Thomas Edison once said, if you can't open your beans the first time, keep trying. Then you'll probably be able to open them.